what we're going to do here is dig us a few potatoes. I pulled one or two up. You can see some of the biggest ones. Pretty good sized potatoes. I'm not going to dig a whole lot of them today, but they're laying over. You could let them lay here, and I will. I won't dig them all today, but I'm going to dig a few, pull a few and see what they're like here. Just a few. Because I like taters. Yeah, pretty good taters. They've grown a lot in the last week or two. I'm gonna, just like I say, we're gonna dig a few up here. And we're gonna see what kind of shape they're in. Gonna see what kind of shape the taters are in. Hand digging potatoes. Hand digging potatoes. I done dug a few hills here a while back to see what they was like. And I've seen better results on the taters than we're having right now, but we won't know till we start digging, will we? Won't know till we dig them. Let's get on this side now and see what's over here. I'm gonna say they won't be a whole lot in these. They might be. According to that, they will be, won't they? All right. Pretty good. Lots of little taters. I know this hill here. This hill kind of looks stunted from day one. Never did grow right. I'll move you on a little closer here in a minute and give you a closer view of what's going on here. a little closer view. I like kind of pull these old weeds as we're going. Because when you move these taters and that sunshine hits those weeds, they're gonna jump. You can see what I've dug there this morning. Got 2 little rows of tater. So I'll just grab what I think's sufficient here. A cluster of these, like this. That's about got all of them in that hill. And just pull them up, and then shake it off. Now usually there's more taters that comes off than that. So let's see what we got there, and that a foot, 14 inches or so. 14 inches. And see what we got in here. There's a tater. There's a tater. They're pretty good taters, see? There's a tater. There's taters. There's taters. There's a tater. All kind of taters. Little taters. Big taters. Medium-sized taters. You know, when you get down in there, that dirt's dry. We need rain. Literally. I watered this side right here last night. Let's see. This is right on the border, because it didn't hit out in here. Woo! And but you get down there down in the ground, and those taters are creeping Charlie. Those taters are, the ground down in there deep, 10 inches deep, is, look there hiding. Come over here. They'll hide on you. Look there. So you have to go deep and out to the sides. Little taters, big taters, baby taters, just taters. I don't mind these smaller taters myself. I don't mind them. They're there. They are there. Taties. It ain't like you're gonna live a long time on these taters. The thing of it is, the more taters you plant, the more taters you'll have. And these taters, I just planted 2 rows here. And these is the taters that we saved from last year. We did. I'll stop right here on this row, and then I'll move over to the other side here in a second. I will. We did get taters out there. I don't want to get too many today. Yeah. Okay. I try to take these plants out as I go. Taters. I like taters. I do like them. I sure do. That's a weed that hid in there and sucked a lot of energy from the taters. See, if we get these taters out, a lot of people, and they have let me know, you're supposed to let these tops die down before you pull your taters. I understand that. I do understand that. I also understand that I need this ground here. Time slips by faster than you can imagine sometimes. And when it's done that, it gets away from you. Get them old weeds out there. Get them weeds out of there, boy. Now, you what a tater. Oh yeah. And digging taters. Hey, buddy. It may be good that it's kind of dry down there. Might keep the taters from rotting. Look at there what's hiding. Okay. Oh my goodness. She's hot. I don't know how far we went back. Let's see. 8, 10 feet. 8 or 10 feet. I like little taters, big taters, medium-sized taters. Just taters, man, in general. Hard to beat them. It is hard to beat them, I say. Yeah. Now what I do is I wash my taters. Now I wouldn't wash them if I was going to store these taters. But these taters are going in the kitchen. That's where these taters are going. So I'll wash them off and inspect them over here in a minute. And I'll show you some taters that might not need to be there. Something else about taters. If they start turning green on you, not good. It's not good. Exposure to the sunlight is why they do that. And I'm sure, I really don't know, I would assume that it's some kind of chemical reaction that changes, and I would assume the reason they turn green, they're probably trying to protect themselves some way. There's a bucket of taters. I believe we got 50 pounds of taters right there. Probably a good 50, I don't know. Feels like 50. Let me move my bug busters here. Both of them, bug busters. The bug busters. And my watering can. BT, Bacillus thuringiensis. Bacillus thuringiensis. Whatever it's called, BT. Permethrin. And then you got the Colorado potato beetle spray you're gonna have to use. You don't have to use it. You don't have to, that's right. You don't have to. You don't have to use it. Now, what I'm gonna do is take these taters and pour them right in there. And then I'll rinse my bucket out. rinse my bucket. It's busted where it's been kicked around, thrown around. Okay, let's just rinse them off. Ooh, look at that black stuff roll. It don't take much. We're just trying to wash some of the cake down crud out. Get some of the taters washed out. It don't have to be. They don't have to be perfectly clean. Now see, you get this. You got a little scab on them. Here, it won't hurt a thing, but I don't like it. And see, now that's scabby. This in here is pretty bad. Now, probably what causes a lot of that tater ain't gonna make the cut. Neither one of them. We'll lay them right there. And just kind of look through them a little bit. See that greening? It's green, started to turn green. It ain't gonna make the cut either. I just look through them. But now I've growed my taters in that same spot over there for years. Now, and they always done fairly well. But I'm gonna move my taters. Now right here's one, when you let roots, weeds grows up in your taters. You can see how it's kind of deformed there, where that root laid across there, restricted the tater. That's what happens out, you know, a lot of times people plant their taters and they don't keep the weeds out of them. Then they wonder why their taters is all lopsided and valleys and ridges cut in them. It's weeds. They can't move them weed roots, so they have to take the form and they'll grow right around them. But there's some pretty good taters in here, pretty good sized taters, medium size, fair, lots of smaller taters. Okay, I'll show you what. Let me just spin around there and show you. All this stuff will get washed out and cleaned out, and then I'll start right here. There's the bug on my glasses. I hate them. I tell you that. I despise them. We'll have to do this a couple times. I'll go ahead and take these 3 taters and toss them. They're gone. Let's wash these off again. It's going to take a lot of stuff that we missed a while ago out, maybe. And that'll be plenty. That's plenty. Wash plenty good enough. It is washed plenty good enough. Moisture, a little moisture won't hurt them. If you stop and think about it, right now anyway, fresh right out of the ground, they're moist anyway. So all we done is took a lot of the dirt off of them. They really, now if you was gonna store these, if you washed them, which I wouldn't, see now right here is a lot of taters that I save. It's like I say, most people wouldn't, little taters. They'll eat just like the big ones. Just like the big ones. Taters. It didn't take long to get them either, did it? Just a few minutes. These is Kennyback taters. that we lost my tater seeds a few years back. We had to buy some more. Ugh. There's taters. Wash my basin again. So that's the taters. The bucket of taters. Taters. Whew. She's rough, little tater, little knife. Now, you can peel this away, or you can take the edge of that knife and just scrape that tater. Just like that. Scrape it. Scrape it. While they're tender like this. Or again, you can peel it all away. Throw half of it away. It's like I say, you can sit there and just scrape that tater. And you're taking little millimeters off. Just the skin, that's all. Just like that. And you've still got your tater. I wonder if there's people out there that's never ate a fresh raw potato. A little starchy tasting. Crisp, juicy, full of water. I like these raw like this occasionally. Put a little salt on them. Salt. Get me a salt shaker and put that here. Okay. I'm going to show you something. What I've got is this garden where the garlic was at. I've got it all out. And the onions right there, that little patch of onions, they're gone. Right behind that cage is some strawberries. And straight out that row behind that cage, to the right of the picture there, is Egyptian walking onions. And then to the right, that far right of the onions is yellow onions. And then here, to the other side of the lettuce is the potato patch. 2 rows of potatoes, and you can see they're leaving. Now we've got rest of that out through there with potatoes, plumb to the end. The lettuce, which we'll let it stay there till it starts bolting, then it'll go. Chickens will love that, or the pigs, one. Then we've got that row of turnips. The majority of them will go. And then the only thing that'll be left there is those onions till they're ready, and their heads are swelling pretty good. We'll have a few stalks of okra through there. And then way out through there at the end on the right of the onions is another little short row of onions. So that will give us, from that bean trellis left all the way through here to the beets, and actually the beets will be gone. So from the tomatoes cages, the beets will be gone all the way through here. Most all of that'll be gone. The borage will stay there for a while, and the lettuce for a while. Then when we dig the taters, we'll be all the way to the beans trellis. From brassicas to the brassicas and tomatoes. So that's going to give that's almost half of that garden is going to be wide open here shortly. And I want that done, the majority of that, if I can, by at least the 4th of July. And that's not far away. And then we'll make our mind up what we want to put in there. Thought about maybe right in here planting, I don't know, we've got plenty of corn. Could plant 4 rows of corn there, or 6. And then we'll plant some more brassicas, and thought about planting a row of carrots, double row of carrots on a ridge. Probably will. And then later on, we want to make room, leave room for some fall stuff. I tell you, them's heavy. They're heavy. I'll be right there.